Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. And today, guys, a different kind of video. So, in my Latin class, it's not just teaching them about the Latin language that I am, sending them forth with, because I realize that the ability to translate Latin into English and vice versa is not going to be the skill that most of them use in their daily lives after they leave. So whenever I give them a new set of vocabulary, I always give them a set of 20 English words that derivatives, that derive from their Latin vocabulary. And I try to get words that I have seen. They're either words that I have seen used a lot. So I read a lot of news, and as you know, I read a lot of fantasy. And so I read a lot of nonfiction and fiction. And so words that I see a lot, and this always happens, like as soon as I give them derivatives, I take pictures and then send to the Discord when those derivatives pop up in the books that I'm reading, because they think I make up half these freaking words. But these are words that are often used on their SATs, ACTs, whatever. Because 60% of our English vocabulary comes from Latin, and like 90% of words of 3 or more syllables come from Latin roots. So I try to teach them that, and so it's either those that I see a lot, those that I think are useful to them, for them just to know in general, and then words that I really like, whether they're going to see it ever. Like, I'll have it. So anyway, I don't know if this is serious or not, but one of the ones from this lesson, I cannot stop saying, it is the greatest word that you have never heard of, and it is a time for this word. It is a word that should be in season, given everything that's going on in the world. So, without wasting any more time, let's get down to business. Let's talk about some English vocab and its Latin root. So, the word that we are going to be talking today is quomodo cunquising. Quomodo cunquising, all one word. Quomodo cunquising. You can look there on the screen because I'll put it on there. So, quomodo cunquising is an adjective. It comes from the verb quomodo cunquis, which means to make money in any way possible. To make money in whatever way possible. And it comes from the Latin adverb quomodo cumque, which means in whatever way, or howsoever. In whatever way. Quomodo cumque. Go complete the assassination in whatever way you can. Howsoever you desire. In whatever way you want. Quomodo cumque. That is Latin for in whatever way. But the English quomodo cunquis means to make money in whatever way possible. And so the OED is ditching this word soon, and this is because the main instance of its usage is by Thomas Urquhart, who is a 17th century writer who is best known for translating the works of Rabelais, Chaucer, Rabelais, Balzac, cheep 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 cheep. Put in the comments if you recognize that reference. Into English. And he wrote of, I guess, the robber barons of the time. He wrote and called them, and guys, let us all take a moment of silence to lament the state of discourse in the world today. The fact that we don't talk like this anymore, that our discourse is, your mom gay, and that's it, like that's how we insult people now, right? Instead of quomodo cunquising cluster fists and rapacious varlets. What? Quomodo cunquising cluster fists and rapacious varlets. What an amazing turn of phrase. What an amazing turn of phrase. Because the thing is, cluster fist, you've probably never heard the word cluster fist either. But what a word that sounds exactly like what it means. Quomodo cunquising, getting money in whatever way possible. Cluster fist, grabbing, like clutching fistfuls of money and not letting them go. Cluster fists. And then rapacious is a pretty common word. We know rapacious, ravenous, like to take everything. And then varlet, which, unless you know old-timey speak, a varlet is a scoundrel. So, quomodo cunquising cluster fists and rapacious varlets. I told my buddy Finn, who is, very well versed in, because he reads a lot too, but I knew there's no way, because if I ain't never heard of quomodo cunquising, he ain't never heard of it. So I told him that he was quomodo Kunquising, because Finn is my friend who literally, when we were in high school, kept a spreadsheet of every every amount of money to the penny that everyone owed him, and presented an itemized bill upon graduation for all of us to pay him back with interest. I'm like, I'm not paying you back $30, Finn. I borrowed $457 from you. I'm not paying you back $30. I'm not gonna do it. And also, so I told him, I said, you're Quomodo Kunquising. He's like, and I told him what it meant. He's like, that is me. And then I told him what cluster fist meant. He's like, that's me also. So my buddy Finn, he is absolutely Quomodo Kunquising. So, Quomodo Kunquising, cluster fists, and rapacious varlets. And that's, guys, that's the kind of world we live in right now, where if you've ever watched any of my streams, the fact that everyone wants to squeeze every last nickel from every single thing, and there is no human element to anything. All you do is you want to squeeze every last penny, every red cent, every every brass farthing, from any way that you can get. Quomodo Kunquising, cluster fists, and rapacious varlets. So there you have it, guys. That is your Latin word of the day. I just stumbled across this, and I thought it was an absolutely fantastic word, and a fantastic word in a fantastic phrase. So, guys, spread it. Let's spread it like contagion. Start saying Quomodo Kunquising in your daily speech, and if you can, work in Quomodo Kunquising, cluster fists, and rapacious varlets if you are able to. So, I don't know if I'll ever do another one of these, but I hope you enjoyed this feature, because, this is a book community, so any other further ones that I do, you will probably know. Like, most of these words, many of you probably already know, but you may not know its Latin root and where it comes from. So, I hope you enjoyed this little feature here. That's all I have for today. As always, I would like to thank members of the Privy Council: Anitha, Kate, Evie, the Quomodo Kunquising Cluster Fist, Finn, he's not a rapacious varlet. He's just a Quomodo Kunquising Cluster Fist. Caroline, Sal, Mike, Neru, Simon, and Spencer. Thank you guys so much for joining the Privy Council. As always, guys, information about my Patreon and Discord is down in the description, and I'll see you next time, guys.